Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. How is everybody? My name is Link. I'm with One Dawn Studios, and this is Operation Valor. This is our second dev stream. We're going to be talking about a little bit about ourselves for those that don't know about us. Operation Valor, the beta we just had on September 17th, what you've been working on, and the future. What's up, Bacon Oreos? How are you? Hey, Berg. So we'll, how's everybody doing today? So the beta from September 17th, and I'll repeat this because I know, you know, we're just starting and people are coming in. So, but the beta for September 17th went really well for us. We had, as some of you know, myself and our programmer Script, we went to DevCom, Gamescom back in August. Once we got back, we started revamping our matchmaking system. Well, we actually didn't have a matchmaking system before, so we made it. We started to implement a matchmaking system, and so September 17th was huge for that, testing our matchmaking system, and it actually worked quite well. There were definitely some bugs, but overall it was a huge success. So, and we couldn't have done that without you guys. So thank you so much for coming out to the September 17th beta. But there were a couple bugs, right? Voice chat kind of crashed things, which we've fixed, we think. And then, yeah, we're hoping that in the next test everything goes more smoothly. But overall, the beta was good. Kalinsk ran pretty well. That was the first time we've tested on a mass scale like that, so that was cool. Yeah. So it was, and testing our AI did all right, pretty good. It's still obviously in beta. We have, you know, a lot more work to do, for sure. But overall, everything was good. And feel free to chime in anytime if you have questions. So today, depending on how many questions we have, it may be a little on the short side. So we're looking to implement back in the shoot house. So let me just show you. I'm sure some of you have seen Shoot House. Yeah, I was correct. 2 squadrons running around. From my experience, smoother than butter. Thanks. So one thing that was locked, because we kind of redid our matchmaking system, we had to lock Shoot House, right? So in the next beta, right, Shoot House will be back, right? And I need to turn this down a little bit. I already have it down. Oh, it's fine, actually. So for those of you who haven't played Shoot House, oh wait, hold on. All right, one sec. There we go. Cool. So Shoot House is like our tutorial. It's very work in progress. We haven't touched it in a very, very long time. A very long time. Are we going to be able to join off the server list next beta? Our hope is yes. Our hope is that, yes, you will be able to use the server list. So for those of you that don't know, right off the bat, our UI is being reworked, right? Sort of from the ground up. It's not going to look... It's going to look different for sure. It's not going to look crazy different. It's definitely going to be better. But it's just right now the user experience is not that good with it. Things can be frustrating. We actually redid how our shaders worked before the test. So some things were missing, right? Like on the map, you didn't know where you were, right? Because usually we had like lines highlighting you, and we didn't have that back. Like, you couldn't click on the map to spawn. So there's a lot of like things that we previously had that we didn't have in the beta, which was frustrating, right? So let me turn this down just for my sake. All right, cool. Perfect. So, this is kind of the shoot house. You know, you've got a, up here to the north, you have a target, right? You can speed run through rooms for the target system. You've got a range. There's nothing at the range right now. You've got live fire training, right? And then you've got class training. I would say, like, I've made... So previously, I was playing Elden Ring, and I made the AI for life training very hard. I've kind of made them a little bit easier now. We'll see, you know, if we go back to making them more difficult. The AI in the shoot house is different than the AI that you play with in Frontlines, right? So in Frontlines, they're going to react a little bit faster and stuff like that. In the live fire training, I've slowed them down a little bit, just so that the first time you play, you don't just get like instantly destroyed and stuff like that. So here's our like work in progress up here for the squad leader training. So it kind of pops up, kind of tells you welcome to the squad leader training, and then you know you can place down a fob, open the build menu, press left click, go over to the fob, resupply, or sorry, excuse me, transfer construction supplies. And so this UI right here, this is all being revamped and made a little bit better. Okay. Stand next to the fob, press F, refill your rifle ammo. Okay, now it's time to build a hab. Place the hab down. And this is very similar to squad, you know, Hell Let Loose, etc., where you can build bases where your teammates can spawn at, right? Which is very important. So, yeah, the building UI is being revamped. And there you go. Kind of tells you can spawn, right? And there you go. Good luck. Have fun. A very simple tutorial, right? But yeah. So yeah, there's the building UI. This is going to be made to look a little bit better. And then I'll show you the target practice, and then I'll show you the AI. So, love the destruction physics. Thanks. Yeah, so destruction, this is a question that comes up a lot. Destruction is only on the buildables. We will not have destruction on, like, regular walls and stuff like that. So, like, you can blow up, like, enemy bases and stuff like that, but for regular walls, we won't have destruction. Alright. Yeah, so you go through. Oh, I'm not paying attention really. There we go. So this is just like target practice. Hey Tom, thanks for the follow, Battle King. Hope you're doing well. And so, as some of you know, we do have vaulting in the game. We do have crouching. Crouching does improve your aim. The game is hit scan, right? So where you're aiming is where your bullets go. You don't have to lead your target. I'm almost out of ammo. Switch to pistol. Pistol has infinity ammo, if you did not know. There you go. And you kind of get stats as you go through. Okay. 78% accuracy. It's not that good. Okay. So, and then there's nothing at the range right now. Again, this is the shoot house is a work in progress. It's been like this for a long time. We just have been focused on other maps and other things in the project. But on release, we do want this to kind of be fully fleshed out. And I think the most important thing is like people can come in and test out the classes, right? I know like one thing that's very stressful in a lot of these games is squad leading, right? Because, you know, you want to do a good job. So that's something we want people to jump in and like be able to learn. You know where they're all placed. It's cheating. Yeah. So I guess before we go into the live fire AI training, for those that have played this before, you'll probably notice they're a bit easier. That's for sure. We've adjusted them. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, so the AI is still work in progress. For here, you're not going to see much change, right? Maybe I'll make them react a little bit faster, be a little bit more punishing. But we'd like to, enhance their behavior a little bit in front lines, right? So the way that AI works in Operation Valor is AI, we have a predetermined number of AI per team. As the server fills up, once the server gets full, once new players connect, they will take the place of the AI. So the AI will get kicked out, right? So you have 54 slots, right? If you've got 53 players and one AI, that's 54 total. When the 54th player connects, that AI will leave, and then now you'll have 54 players total. So, hey XPlay, how you going? So, I can't. Well, I'll get into that in a little bit. So here's the live fire training. Okay. So, you're going along. Oh, actually, I need to test. One second. Blah, 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 blah. I use toggle. There we go. And toggle map. There we go. All right, so you're going through. So let's see here. And I guess it is kind of cheating because I do know where they all are. Yes. There we go. I got hit one. So we want. Let's see here. I need to add this back in. There we go. Cool. Flo, do you want to answer that question? Dithering on interior for visibility, or you want to keep the spec low? How's the AI programmed to move from A to point? Is it predetermined pass, or how does it work? It's a bit complicated. They do have predetermined paths, but they also adjust based on the threat level. So if like an enemy's nearby or something like that, they'll go to that threat, or they'll revive a player, and then they'll kind of reroute to the next point they're supposed to go to, right? So it's predetermined, but it can be randomized a little bit, right? So one thing that we also talk about is like for visibility for the player, right? We have a sphere around the player, so you don't really get a height advantage or anything like that. You're always going to be able to see players. And remember, we added you can zoom in and out now, right? Which is something that like a lot of players kind of had asked for. You can zoom out, which really helps for driving vehicles, right? Like when you're driving a vehicle, that really helps. And it's a really quality of life thing. So, okay. Well, I guess since we have some new people here, I guess we'll talk about who we are. Okay. So, my name is Link. Flo is in the chat. We are One Dawn Studios. We're an indie developers to the core. There's 5 on the team, right? The majority of the team works full-time jobs. and then we work on this at night, in the early morning, on the weekend. We don't have any outside funding. We don't have any publishers or anything like that. Completely self-funded, and most of us work full-time day jobs. So, yeah, like, we are super thankful again for everyone who helps us test and stuff like that. And hopefully, when we release in 2023, you know, we do well enough where we can, you know, quit our jobs and do this full-time. So, yeah. So we are very, very indie. But yeah, it's been a long process. So how long have we been in development? That's a interesting question. Not interesting. It's not complicated, but it is a little bit. So the game's been in development for like 4.5 years, but not really. In 2021, we basically went from 3 to 5 developers, and the game like completely improved. And in 2020, the game completely changed, basically. So this version of the game, right, I would say 2.5 years would probably be fair. And then we got some amazing talent in 2021 that dramatically increased the look and feel of the game. And I'm super thankful to have them. Yeah, you can go back and see like very old photos. Like the game has completely changed. So, can we ask what kind of advertisements do you guys have? We don't. Everything is. So we go to conventions and stuff like that when we can, but we don't have booths or money for booths and stuff like that. We don't. If we were gonna run ads, like it would be, you know, very small and stuff like that. Mostly word of mouth, right? I mean, I've been around for a while. I did a lot of esports stuff, so just like the community and stuff like that. It went from programmer art to good art. Yes, exactly. So remember, if you guys are just tuning in, I have made this AI quite a bit slower, right? And then the Frontlines AI is a bit harder than this. So I just wanted it so for people that don't know where the AI are, I wanted to make it, you know, a bit easier. Get Blitz to stream it? Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yo, what's up, Victor? How are you? Yeah, so we will have, well, that was interesting. I just dropped it. Major FPS. Oh. Okay. So, in regards to our next beta, and I might be able to, let me see if I can fix something here. In regards to our next beta, we don't have a date announced yet, but we will have an announcement for the next beta soonish. We like to, you know, give as much lead time as possible. Our betas are usually focused on Saturdays, excuse me, Saturdays for a brief amount of time, usually a couple hours. And the reason is, you know, until we get like a larger player base, we want to focus everyone in on one time. And I know that that's not exactly conducive to everywhere in the world, but it's just what we have to do right now where we're at. So usually they're like, typically they're always on Saturday around this time, and they go for a couple hours. Since AI was functional in the regular game mode in the last playtest, is it possible to only play with them in kind of a single player co-op scenario? Not everything is possible, Tom, but not yet. Like you could like, once we get in like community servers, then you know, it just depends on like what parameters we set. I mean, that is something that we've definitely talked about, right? We just haven't really worked on it yet, because I could imagine like, you know, you and 3 of your buddies going through and then, you know, playing against 50 AI or something, right? That would be crazy. I mean, it might. I mean, the AI might break at that point. But I mean, you could definitely try. Does that answer your question, Tom? Fredder, did that answer your question, by the way? Let me know. Let me see if I can... 1 second, let me check something. Because I know we're working on it right now. Okay, cool. Let me go back. 1 second. I'm gonna fix something here. Let me go into Kalinsk. 1 moment. I need to fix something. Okay. What was yesterday? The 30th? Got it. Cool. Boom, boom, boom. Moments. Okay. Anyways, I play other games that have similarities. I play Foxhole, running with rifles, Thunder Tier 1. I'll be on online. To me, this game looks like a bass. I'm ready to throw my money. Yo, thank you. So, we get a lot of comparisons to Foxhole, and Foxhole's a great game. We know we just had their 1.0 launch. Congrats to them. That's a huge freaking deal. But we are more like top-down squad, top-down battlefield, right? Matches, you know, are gonna last around 35, 45 minutes. So, you know, it's gonna be a lot quicker, right? And it's much more like squad, right? All right, let me see. This should work. I found this game while searching for something new after spending way too much time on running with rifles. Was thinking about starting one, then I found what I was looking for. Yeah. So we are... One moment. Let's see here. All right, cool. So we are going to release sometime in 2023. It will not be early 2023, right? You play squad? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Tom. All right. So here's... So I just put up a server. So this is kind of like, you know, your basic, like, okay, make a squad. And again, this UI, we are revamping the UI. We know that the UI is a pain point for a lot of people. And that is something that, you know, we want to make better.
Soldiers, listen up so you aren't completely useless. Don't even think of ignoring me either. If you do, you'll be banned. Just kidding. Pay attention to the help menu.
This is our intro.
F9 at any time. You are playing front lines, an objective-based mode where you can try to control more objectives than your enemy. As time progresses, both teams will lose tickets in correlation to how many...
There we go. Goodbye. Okay. And then you'll see the AI here. If everything is working correctly. There we go. Cool. So there's the AI. How many maps are in right now? Kalinsk, Staffberg. I think there's one more. Yes. Summersgate is also in. So, I guess just kind of talking about, you know, what we're currently working on, right? So currently right now, so for those of you that don't know, right, we were testing our matchmaking, right? And we were getting, we were fixing up like Windows builds and certain Linux builds. We have just completed that, right? We fixed the voice chat bug, we think, right? And then we're also, you know, fixing minor things on Kalinsk as well as getting Summer's Gate ready for AI, getting Staffberg ready for AI as well, right? That's what we're kind of focused on. We're also working on the UI as well, messing around with the UI, not messing around with the UI, excuse me, updating and upgrading the UI, and then obviously messing around with the AI. That's our kind of main focus right now. We are slowly working on another map as well, but you will not see that for a long time. How full Vulcan support on the long run? I don't want to comment on that. Script would know better, but he is. I will leave that question to him. How much will you expand on the gameplay variety? Is it essentially going to resemble Squad? It's basically going to be like a Squad Battlefield baby, if you want to. So it's basically top-down Squad Battlefield, right? And so, you know, controller support. So they're already okay. I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. Hopefully I say it very clearly. There is controller support in the game. It is basically broken. So, it's there. Nothing has been really tested on it, right? But it's there. We would like to support controller on launch, but it's kind of very low on their priority. There's a lot of other things that we want to do, a lot of quality of life things, right? So like one thing that was a pain, right, is like I can't tell where I am on the map right now. So we used to have like white lines that would show you where you are, and those got removed when we updated the upgraded the shaders. So that'll be back in for the next test for sure. One other thing that we're going to do too is like there's a big issue with you know, vehicles being stuck like very far out, right? Will someone take it like super far out and you won't be able to get it back? So we're actually going to be looking at some quality of life changes where if your Logi or your MRAP is taken far away by a player that is new to the game and just leaves it there, you know, it'll despawn in some sort of way and go back to the main base, right? Because, you know, if you get capped all the way back to A and all your Logis are by D and E and your MRAPs are there, like, you can't really do anything, right? So that is something that we're, like, looking at. Yeah. We have, that's the thing with indie development, right? Like, there's, like, hundreds of things that you want to do, right? But you have only so much time. So, and this is Clint's right now. These are AI. Oh, okay. Any plans for small breakable objects? I know you said only destructible placements. But what about small stuff like running over fences and vehicles? That's something we've thought about it. I would not plan on that being a thing, Tom. We're probably gonna keep the destructibles to only the buildables. Let me see what's the gun right now. This is still very loud for me. Let's turn this down. Here we go. AAA is the same thing. So this is the AI, right? Like they're okay, right? They get the job done. But I'd like to kind of enhance their behavior a little bit, right? There's there's capture points, defensive points. You can see they're a little bit stuck there. They will revive players, etc. But yeah, I just want to say hats off to like, my other developers. Like Kalinsk is this is the new map. Like the vegetation and stuff like that. I'm so super proud of the team. Like we did a really good job, or they did a really good job on this. The art has come such a long way for this game. And I know I've said that before, and I'm going to keep saying it because I'm just very proud of this map and its look and feel. Hopefully, you know, Summer's Gate and Stafford can live up to this map. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, in indie development, it's always your best work is your new work, right? You just keep learning and improving and stuff like that. So it's just good. So there will be an announcement for the next beta soon, TM. Soon. Definitely before, what can I say? I don't like to guarantee things, but I'm gonna run these people over. Get out of here. Definitely before October 15th, I would say. Come here. Direct. I'm a one-man army. Alright, cool. Need to secure the build first? Yeah. So, alright, so I'll take it back. Let me just, here. Let's do this. I'll show you, like, some simple stuff. So, in terms of, like, the classes, right? You have Squad Leader, Medic, Support, Engineer, Demolition, and Rifleman. Sniper is locked. Oh, actually, let me get my head out of the way. There we go. Sniper is locked right now. We pretty much know how we're gonna do it. We just need to actually implement it. It's just there's a ton of other things we need to fix and work on. So October 15th is your birthday. It's gonna happen before then, Tom. It's gonna happen before then. But so it won't be on your birthday. It should happen before October 15th. If it happens on October 15th, that's a little late for my liking, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so you have Squad Leader, right? You've got your Medic so every player can revive, only the Medic can heal, right? So the Medic can heal. Support class, this is actually a huge role here. They have an ammo bag. They can throw ammo down, which is huge for your team because you're going to be shooting a lot in this game, and ammo is always a thing. The Engineer has the wrench and the mine, right? The mine for you just place it down, blow up vehicles, excuse me, and people. The Demolition, you know, you have the RPG. There's a satchel. The satchel's huge for bunker busting. So if they built a big base or something, you can put the satchel down and basically blow up the walls and get through. And then Rifleman is just kind of your basic. Rifleman also has a syringe, so Rifleman can also revive people, right? And you can see on the left side here and I can actually turn this on all the time. Always show health. What am I looking for? There we go. Fade weapon. There we go. So now it's always on, right? So there you can see on the left side. One thing we noticed too is we need to fix our shaders again, or we need the shadows for the player. So they're a little messed up right now. So yeah. So for the next test, well, I don't want to say anything for the next test, but do I? I do, but I don't. Okay, I'll just leave it then. Yeah. So, yeah, and let me know if you have any more questions. So right now we have the MRAP and the Logi, right? Basically very similar to other games, right? The Logi, you know, it's got supplies on it, right? Oh man. And then the MRAP also has supplies, but only ammunition. Something that people kind of like didn't know, right? So there's ammo here, right? You walk up to it, you mouse over it, you hold F to interact, and then you can kind of just move your mouse around and then select, you know, get more ammo and stuff like that. Tell us. There's nothing big. I think, yeah. Okay, what else? And then I always go over this because this is a big thing for me. There's a lot of options in your settings, right? So just make sure, like, if you haven't played the game, one thing that's super big for me is the crosshair. I love changing the color of my crosshair, and I change the color of my ADS line, right? So, wait, what color did I make it? I made it black. No. Let's make it pink, right? Let's make it chunky as well. All right, cool, coming in. So there you go, see? So I made it pink, and then I made it red, right? You can see that it's blocked there. There is not going to be a lot of HUD customization. I know, you know, some people, especially for like, who have, you know, they're hard of seeing, right? Like it's, you know, maybe visually impaired. Is that correct? I know, and I have, you know, some friends that are like that too. It's something that we'd like to help with. It's just, it's not a low priority, but it's low on the list, right? In terms of HUD customization, though, let me just be clear. Like that's like you'll be able to turn like some things on and off, but not move things around, right? I'm changing this back to red because that's how I like. All right, cool. Is there plans for different vehicles for the factions as opposed to only a separate color? It could maybe help make the factions feel more unique. So, yes. Yes. The next question is when? My answer is I don't know. So, it is something we've definitely discussed, Tom. If you remember, actually, so that the Habs right now are, let me see if I can, where could I go? Here we go. The Habs are unique, right? We did do that. I would love to do that, Tom. I would love to do that. Let me see here. So I can show you this. One moment. Cool. Here. And then there we go. Have you considered player-generated content? You mean like skins and stuff like that? And models? Because I know, like, I was a big Insurgency player. It's probably an understatement. But they had a lot of different custom weapon models and stuff like that. And I know, like, the ISMC mod, right? A lot of people love that. Here, let me show you the difference in these right here. We've considered it. I don't know how far we would take it, Bacon. I don't know how far we would take it. Custom models, that's probably like a no, but maybe maps, you know, that would be really cool. All right, let me show you the difference here. I just teleported myself. All right, here we go. Let's come here. Let me try and build this thing. All right, cool. And I'll put this right. All right. There we go. Tom, did that answer your question? A map editor would be neat, adds replayability to the game. I mean, I also did like some, you know, custom level design back in the Source days. So that's always really fun, right? When you can get in there and do stuff. I mean, I know Tom here actually does level design in Unreal Engine too, and he does it for Insurgency Sandstorm. So he's not on the Insurgency Sandstorm team, but him as well as others do some great work in Unreal. So, but yeah, here's the differences right in the Habs, and then yeah, definitely is something we'd like to get to, Tom, which would make it feel, you know, cool and unique. Unreal Engine 2? No, the new Unreal Engine also. Unreal Engine also. So, and then let me see if I can. So we do have a spectate system. It hasn't been tested in a while. It could be completely broken. So I have not, oh, hold on. I need to, spectate, there we go. Okay, there we go. I did that the opposite way. Why did I do that? Okay, there we go. Lock the camera. This is actually working surprisingly well. So we've got, you know, this is how we like film a lot of our stuff. Very cinematic. And then, oh, I need to rebind all my keys to hide the HUD. But yeah, we have a simple yeah, what's up, game component? So this is like an overhead squad. Yeah, basically a top-down squad, top-down battlefield. Yeah, so AI definitely a work in progress. So this is AI you're seeing here. There we go. He's gonna go for the revive. Should revive him, and there we go. He's back up. Cool, cool, cool. And then they are attacking there. What elements of Battlefield do you want to implement? I guess it's just like, it's not like one. I would say that a lot of the features that are currently like in the game is a lot of what we wanted, right? Oh, nice shot. Okay, good shot, good shot, good shot. Less wrist bugs. Yeah. And then let me move this up. There you go. You can get like a bird's eye view here. And then we can toggle. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it bound right now. Do I not have it bound? Okay. I don't have it bound. Any idea PC specs you guys are aiming? As best as, like, we try to get them as low as possible, but it is hard sometimes. Optimization is always something like optimization is always an ongoing process, right? Something that we've learned through the years. So RTX 4090 minimum. Game component, let me know if you have any other questions. Any plans for other game modes down the line? Maybe a linear push rush style game mode that focuses action to one objective. It is stuff that we could do, Tom. That is stuff that we definitely could do. I think right now what we're trying to do is focus on a couple things, right? And do those well. And then once we do those well, we can expand out, right? So making sure that Frontlines feels good, the AI feels good, the game mode feels good. I'm gonna back out of here. By the way, I'm just gonna go back to the main. I'm gonna shut down that server. There we go, and then bring it back. So, but does that make sense, Tom? And I know we've gotten a couple. Let's see here. There we go. We've gotten a couple more new people here. If you guys aren't familiar with us, we're One Dawn Studios. We're an indie team, full indie. There's 5 of us on the team. The majority of us work full-time jobs, and we do this in the mornings, at night, on the weekends. So self-funded, self-published. So definitely indie to the core. But and we're super thankful to have all of you people here. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it to the end. Like, seriously, like, we're super thankful to have you guys. Yeah, random other questions. Any funny random glitches you remember over the development? Let's see here. Hold on. I can actually show you. Patreon? Nice question to receive. We don't have a Patreon right now. We've thought about it. Because I know, like, Blue Drake and stuff like that does it. We've thought about it. What we could offer, right? Like, I'm not sure how it would make sense for us. It'd be nice, don't get me wrong. Yeah. We had, let me see if I can scroll. Let me see, hold on, I'll just, how far back can I go? That's the question. Let me hold page down, Tom, let me show you. Actually, we had when ragdolls were first implemented, we had a bug where when the person died, like 1 million ragdolls would be spawned and just explode all over the place. That was pretty crazy. We had Naruto running, basically, where when the player ran, the arms would get like stuck behind him. That was a long time ago. So that should be a feature. Hey Fadad, how are you? Let me see if I can go all the way back here. I'm like super far back. Yeah, there's our Discord and there's our Twitter as well. I should have said that. Let me see. Let me go into studio mode. Give me one moment so I set this up correctly. Fadad, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Fadad would know. He's been around for a long time. The game has changed quite a bit. Okay. Cool. All right. So I'll just show you. I just made this really quick for you. Oh, you know what? There we go. So this is kind of our, let me add back in that music so there's some, there we go. So this is back in 2020, right? The game has looked quite different, right? So you can like see how much it has kind of changed, right? The art has definitely changed. That was April, right? So 2.5 years ago. The maps have 1,000,000% improved. Thank you. I still remember the first play test I played. That was so long ago. Yeah. So a lot of difference. This used to be Summer's Gate, right? This was Summer's Gate and how it used to look. There's a Logi, like old placeholder stuff. A lot of stuff had changed. I mean, this is January of 2020, right? So, lock the gameplay, graphics later. So the game has come a long way. I wonder if I can find that. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's feet. That's the feet one. I can't find the ragdoll bug. Summer's Gate, old Summer's Gate. Oh, here we go. And you can see the lag, and there's all the ragdolls. So, but yeah, announcement will come soon about the next beta. The betas always take for now, the betas always take place on Saturday. It's open for a couple of hours. I know that's annoying, and I know like everyone is busy, but it's just what we need to do right now as indie devs. It concentrates the players on at one time, so we can get a lot, like a big test. Yeah, and to recap, September 17th beta went really well for us. Testing the new matchmaking, testing the AI, testing Kalins. It was huge for us. There were some bugs. I think we fixed most of them. And now just working on, getting Summer's Gate and Staffberg ready for AI. Working on a 4th map slowly. We're definitely going to have at least one. We're definitely going to have one more. We want to have 2 more betas this year. We want to. If the next beta goes smoothly, then we'll definitely have another one this year. But I think we squashed most major bugs. So, but yeah, look for an announcement on Discord and Twitter. There's our Discord again, and then there's our Twitter. Make sure you follow us. And then I will, let's see, TwitchCon is next week. For those that don't know, I'm in San Diego. I'll be walking around. Not for Operation Valor. But yeah, I'll be there. So our next dev stream will be October 15th. So 2 weeks from today, we'll have another dev stream. We'll update you on kind of where we're at. That is Tom's birthday. And we should have an announcement about when the next beta will be by that time. So I'm going to get out of here. And thanks for asking questions. It's nice to meet all of you. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving us some of your time on Saturday. So I will see you all in 2 weeks or in the Discord.